Hi, I'm Grape, and this is a food review. We're going to be today checking out a new grape that I found last weekend at the supermarket from a company called Grapery, and they're cotton candy grapes. I'm really more of a salty tooth type guy. Even though I am a flexitarian, I'm not all that big into desserts. I tend to really gravitate towards salty foods, but one food, come here DeSoto, you want to say hi? There you go. There you go, there's the hound. Nope, you can't have any grapes. No grapes, get down. Get down, get down. What are you doing? Anyway, back to the project at hand. One of the things, even though that I have a really salty tooth, that I truly do love when it comes to sweet foods, I love grapes. In fact, I actually grow grapes. We have some Concords here in my backyard that I work with. This year's been a little bit tough on them with the heat, but generally speaking, I really do like grapes. It's probably my favorite food. So when I found these at the supermarket, I knew I had to have them. Full disclosure, I've already tasted them. I have had them. I couldn't really wait. The second I got out of the supermarket, I went ahead and washed one off right in the car with a little bottle of water and took a bite. I don't know much about the company other than the fact that I think they were founded back during the 90s, and it appears as though their business model is really to go back to a nice, healthy, non-genetically modified grape. I generally got that from their website. But again, I don't know much about them, so for those of you out there who may have been around Grapery brand foods for a while may know a little bit more about the brand itself. They are a really nice little light green color. The texture itself is pretty thin skinned. It doesn't seem to be like a grape that I could grow around here. It would just, the sun would just do too much harm to them. But overall, really pleased with the price. They weren't too terribly expensive. But why don't we just go ahead and jump right into it. We'll take a bite and see what we find out. Really pretty inside. They're called cotton candy grapes, and on the packaging it actually does say that they taste a lot like cotton candy. They do have a very strong hit of cotton candy the second you bite into them. The second that first little bit of juice hits the tongue, you do get a little bit of a carnival atmosphere from it. Then it kind of recedes back into just a nice green grape. A little bit of an aftertaste of cotton candy. I'm not going to say it tastes just like cotton candy, but like I said, the first little bite is really what gives off that taste, and then it does kind of taper off, but a really good grape. Yeah, it's definitely in that first bite is where you really get it. Now, this is a wonderful snack for kids, obviously. Number one, it's part of this is marketing. They're just aiming for gonna give you the cotton candy taste, and it does entice you. It caught me. I had actually never heard of these until this past weekend when I bought this first bag, and I believe they've got them available at several Walmarts. They are a seasonal grape. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get them year round, but they did have them at Sam's Club, from what I understand, and Whole Foods, I believe, carries them. So there's a number of places around the country that you can pick these up right now. As a flexitarian, this is a wonderful item. Number one, grapes are just plain good for you. They have a little bit of high sugar content, obviously, for those of you that are diabetics. My mother is a diabetic, and she's has to really watch her grape intake. She's not able to eat a ton of these, but they're good for blood pressure. We all want to be able to fight that, so we can have a little bit more salt in our diets. But overall, a really good grape. I recommend it. Cotton candy grapes from Grapery.